Hey guys, Carl Haynard here. I've been receiving some mail on why I actually prefer Vista over XP, and they want me to make a video about it. So I'm going to actually give you some reasons on why I think Vista is much superior to XP and why I actually enjoy using Vista. And don't call me a hater, don't call me an anti-Mac person. It's just I prefer Vista over XP, but I prefer Mac OS 10 over Vista. So let's move the camera and get my computer in shot. So right here we have the iMac 20-inch 2.4 gigahertz 256 megs of VRAM, 3 gigabytes of RAM, 320 gigabyte hard drive. That's pretty good specs actually, and it runs Vista like a charm. Like when I click Firefox from my start menu, it pops up instantaneously, no lag whatsoever. Now, the primary reason that I enjoy working with Vista is just the better theme in general. I mean, the Tinker Toys or Fisher Price feeling of Windows XP got tiring after 5 years. I mean, it was revolutionary when I was in 4th grade, but it doesn't cut it anymore. It feels like you're working with cardboard, to be honest. I just like the fluidity of Windows Vista much better than the cardboard-like animations of XP. They're just very bare bones and unappealing. Like when minimizing a window, it goes down to this taskbar, obviously. And I also like transparency. I'm sorry, I'm a sucker for eye candy, but I like it a lot. Now, transparency doesn't work in OS 10 just because of the nature of the operating system, but in Windows, I think they need to stick with Arrow. I just really like the operating environment of Vista better than XP. That's my primary reason that I choose to work with it over XP. Okay, let's get rid of Firefox here. The second reason is that it has a window sorter of any kind. I mean, Windows XP does not have an expose feature included in the OS. Even if Windows Vista isn't as efficient as OS 10's, it still is something over nothing. So when you hit Win Tab, it brings up WinFlip, and you can cycle through your Windows or desktop and just do it. And it works very smoothly on the iMac. Now, that's just very enjoyable. There's just like little conveniences that you'll find around Windows Vista, like thumbnails on your taskbar on what you do. Now, some people have been complaining that Windows Vista is slow, and the reason that Windows Vista is slow for these people is because they have crapware installed on their system. They have bloatware installed that comes with the OEMs. Now I'm going to show you my status bar on the lower part, and let it go in focus here. I'll lower the brightness for you. There you go. Now if we just pull it out, you'll notice that there's no bloatware just sitting there. The only installed bloatware of any kind, which isn't bloatware, it's just necessary, it's just the boot camp manager. So there isn't really any kind of bloatware involved in my system, and that's why it runs so responsively. I really like the system for that. Now, another reason is just that it looks so much better on my iMac than XP ever has. XP just made my iMac look pretty much like a retarded stepchild, whereas Vista pretty much complements it. I'm going to turn up the brightness again of the screen. Notice that Boot Camp's actually inserted macOS 10-like thumbnails for actions, and also little pings. Another reason I like this is just it's more subtle than XP. XP would like scream at you when you do something wrong. I remember in Staples I had an error on one of those computers and went bah! And everyone looked around like I did something evil. Now with Vista, if you're going to have an error, this is what it'll sound like. That's it. It might be annoying or childish sounding, but I like it. It's more subtle. Now my favorite sounds are actually the Vista beta sounds, but that's another point. Call. Okay, sorry. Another reason I like Vista is it has some kind of media center of any kind. I mean, XP, there's only one version of XP that actually had that. Again, very subtle sounds. Nice smooth animations. and it just does internet TV, all these different stuff. All this different stuff. Granted, it's not as good as Front Row. Don't yell at me for that. I prefer Mac OS X's features in every way more than Vista's. It's just that Vista has the applications I need that that uh, OS X has not offered. And the final reason I like Vista overall is that it doesn't seem like a piece of garbage that keeps flaking off. Have you noticed when you're working with XP over a couple months, it seems that your OS seems to be crumbling, like it's flaking apart? XP itself is a flaky operating system. Components die and get corrupted over the years. My mom's Dell, who she can use to actually sync over the internet to servers at her work, they can do that. It requires a service from Windows, which it does not have anymore because the file got corrupted. Windows Vista is based off the Windows Server 2008 kernel, or Server 2003, correct me if I'm wrong. So it is very stable. The things that are really screwing Vista up are application compatibility and driver compatibility, which isn't really a problem because I'm running bare bones apps and my driver's made by Apple. So those are just my reasons why I prefer Vista over XP, but not over OS X. I hope you guys found it enlightening.